Uppy, uppy, uppy. It's one funny morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our
murder
stuff.
in New Jersey.
he was a lot
Like what is?
with his everything.
Oh,
What's outside your Puerta de Clima?
that's Stella! Yeah. Hello. Madeline, I'm not up. I think I might just stare at you like this. This Pop-Tart isn't good. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna try this Pop-Tart instead. Good morning, sunshine. Ollie's up. Girl, how you do this? And it's normally 5:30. Why would I do that? Michelle, I'm still here. The first flight I could get out was today at 1:20. Am I Michelle? I'm still here. Was I on yesterday? I don't think I was. If I was hilarious. I don't think I was. Oh no. I posted that hideous picture of me. So, I came here. We've been up for an hour. Oh my gosh. So yesterday was my pitch day. And I woke up, I took that picture of myself, which was hideous. And I think I came here to write and to learn from the other faculty, meet some lovely people. Oh, shirt. But also apparently stay up late, like a sleepover party, drink bourbon. But it was such a good retreat. If you get a chance to do it, so wonderful. But I took advantage of every waking and sleeping second I could. So yesterday I wake up, I looked like that picture. And then for some reason, this eye wouldn't stop watering. I'm in my room and I'm like, what is going on with my eye? I get in the shower. I'm trying to put a hot compress on it. Nothing. Can't get it to stop. And I'm like, what's happening? So then I'm trying to get ready. Now this is a pitch session, face to face. And my eyes like this. And I was like, of course, this is how today's going to go. And then I realized that, my eye was like, I'm done. Everything else was like, we're a little tired. My eye was like, no, we're going to shut down. And just make me look like Quasimodo right before. And then I noticed that as I'm getting ready, if I flip my hair over to do my hair, it gets 10 times worse. If I put my head and my nose is right, it's just crazy. Missy shows up and she was like, oh, I get that sometimes. You have congestion in the sinus behind your eye. And I go, what? She says, you should take like a antihistamine. I was like, what? So her and Laurie started just handing me pills. I'm like, can I take this with this? They're like, yeah, take it. I go, is this gonna make me tired? No. Is this gonna make me tired? No. Well, maybe a little, but no. Girl, I was so desperate. I was like, I'm gonna just do whatever. Yeah, devilish. It was like, I guess it was an allergy. I don't know, but it was so bad. I had my sunglasses on at breakfast. People are like, oh, are you a movie star? I was like, girl, I'm hideous. But thankfully, within an hour, it was at least calming down. It was just so weird. So we did that. That was super creepy and weird and fun to show up. I know everybody keeps saying, were you hungover? I'm like, I very rarely get hungover. So anyway, it was a whole thing. I think I lost my voice. Like, you got divorced, we can tell. Because I became more gorgeous. I'll take it. I'll fill in the parts. I do think that when it comes to divorce, I do think leading up to divorce, it's like your worst possible self, because you're probably like stress eating, stress sleeping. That's where you either sleep all the time or sleep not at all. Stress everything, eating, sleeping. And then after that, once you're free, you're like, girl, how'd it go? Okay, so let me tell you. So there were 17 of us pitching. And it's very funny. So the people on this retreat, all writers, and all at different levels. But when it comes to a pitch, I don't think it really matters where you are in terms of your writing experience, right? It all comes down to, do you have the ability to kind of tell people like what your theory, what your concept is, and why you should be the person to write this, right? So I was there teaching. Now, I don't know about writing. I haven't published a book yet, but I know speaking and I know how to pitch. And so it was really interesting. I was like, I'm going to take for granted that all of you have amazing books. And now we just have to learn how to talk about them. And I just met some of the most lovely women. And all of the women that were pitching were in a class with me 2 days prior with Deb and Jewel. And I got to meet almost all of them because we were kind of split up. And they did such a good job. And so like, as the women are going up and pitching, I was like, ooh, I remember hers. This is going to be good. And just, really, that idea that like if Denise was selling a book, like I could go up and I could sell Denise's book amazing. But it's really hard for all of us to sell our own stuff, whether it's a book or us for a job. Like there is just that kind of overwhelming thing that I can sell Shakendra or Ali or Nancy like crazy, but being able to talk about yourself and not come off as a braggart, and still being like, hey, I think this is really great, but you're not like an a-hole about it. And so it was just so lovely. And everybody was in the room watching. So there were 4 agents and you pitching, and then that's why I need you to do my dating profile. I would do it so good. So, but same thing for me, like I'm in the back cheering for all of these women. But I was like, and then I was thinking, I better do a good job. I literally spent 2 days teaching women how to pitch. Could you imagine if you did this whole class and then the person that was teaching you how to pitch goes up and they were like, she's not good at all. was horrible. So there was like that. And Denise, after everybody went, everybody just in the audience screamed their head off. They were like, "Oh," it was just such a. There were probably 50, 55 of us in the room. 17 were pitching. But like we literally spent 5 days together. And it was the most enjoyable time. Like, sometimes you get 3 girls in a room, you're like, there's going to be a fight. So lovely. No cliques, no negativity, just a whole bunch of ladies that were like, I love what you do. I want to help you. Here's what worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. So it just was super lovely. And so, anyway, so I was hopped up on all this medicine. It just was so, it was good. So I was hopped up on medicine. So I was definitely like low key. And I was trying to like be excited about my book. I'm trying right now to be excited because I'm super tired. Look, that's what it's like outside. Sun's not up yet. But anyway, it was good. I think I did a good job. And the agents were very lovely. They were like, that was a really good pitch. I was like, thank you. So they were very kind. And, it was more about kind of pitching and getting feedback on the pitch and, making sure that everything I was like the worst thing you want that could happen is if you pitch and they're like, so tell me again what the story is. Like, that's not a, I know, Carrie, that was the thing. I'm like, let me get hopped up on this medicine and then tell you about a project I've been working on for almost 2 years. Joni, it's funny. There were, of the 4 agents that were there, only 3 were taking clients, but all of them are looking for something different. So somebody could be there and saying, like, I'm not looking for memoir right now or whatever, but no, nobody was offered anything on the spot. And I don't know, maybe they'll tell you in a couple of days when you get home. I don't know. So, I don't know. I don't know what'll happen, but I think for me, it was just good to go. Like, it was interesting. The first person that went up, the first question they asked was, what's the inciting incident? I don't know if you've ever heard this term before, but like, if you think of any sitcom, story, anything that you've watched, movie, there'll be what they call an inciting incident, right? Like, the show opens up, you get to know this person for maybe a minute or 2, and then all of a sudden they lose their job. And now how are they going to live? Or all of a sudden there's a horrible car accident, they lose their legs, blah, 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 or they lose their husband, right? And now how does she put her life back together? And so every story has to have this inciting incident. And then there's got to be something like the arc of a story is, what is this person trying to get at the end of the story? And it has to be a thing. It can't be an emotion. It can't be like, I have better self-esteem. There's got to be something like, and then the person got a new job, or they were able to buy a car for their kid, or they were able to get their kid into the college of their choice, whatever. And, when I started writing this book, I was like, I'm just going to write these stories and then hopefully they will turn into a book. And so I'm in the back going, what's my inciting incident? Does anybody know? Because there were so many. So it was just funny. I think I got that part down. I think you can write a bunch of stories, obviously on a theme of like divorce, menopause, starting over, empty nesting, pellets in your butt, dating apps, but then you have to craft it into something that makes sense. So yeah, you have to turn it into a book. Mm-hmm. No, peacefulness and fulfillment does not count as a desire. It's got to So is your book complete now? No, Deb. I'm at 72,000 of 80,000 words. But I think that was the part that I was stuck on, was that I was having a hard time finishing it because I was like, what is the desire of, that's the overarching thing. Like when you blow your whole life up, like, I don't know that I ever sat down and thought, like, what was the moment after divorce that you finally exhale and you go, I'm going to be okay. Like, what? And that's different for everybody. And so trying to decide, I think it's why I stopped to really think about how I wanted the book to end. Yeah. And Michelle said your turning point, right? And that should be some point in the middle of your book. Like, what is this big moment? And then how does it all resolve? So it's interesting. And I'm sure that there are people who, when they write their book, like, this is very clear to them. At least it's supposed to be, apparently. But because it was all happening at the same time, and I think I was just too in it. Like, there was no part of me was like, I believe this is my inciting incident. So, how does it all come together? It's a great question, Michelle. We'll see. We'll see. I think that's the great thing. I think every woman could write a book. And if you're thinking of writing one, you should. And the lady there, she wrote it in 7 weeks. That's crazy. Well, Janice, she also said she took 1.5 years on the outline. Apparently, that's what you're supposed to do. It's called a proposal. And your proposal is basically you writing out the outline of your book, so you know where you're going, right? Like, my process is always just write blind, and then craft it, because I feel the same way that's how I write my stand-up, is that, like, I kind of write what I think is funny and then try to figure out. Yeah, I think most people do it backwards. So Laura, who was on the show, Laura Love, came from writing, and she came from that industry and kind of knows, like, this is how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense if she had spent 1.5 years on this outline that, I'm sure that in her mind, like, it was all kind of falling into place in some way, right? Yeah. So it's my first book. Maybe on my 3rd or 4th book, I'll do it that way. Who knows? So it was interesting. I'm going to try to just drink a ridiculous amount of this before I go. Yeah, she was also all the way through her story when she started. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, the stories of the women on this retreat were extraordinary. And it was interesting to me, like, apparently right now, memoir is very hard to sell unless you're like Oprah or extremely famous in some way. And they were saying how many women are instead choosing to write fiction, to take their story and write it as fiction. And maybe I end up doing that. I don't know. What's fake Dina's name? Sabrina. No. I don't know. What would be your fake protagonist name if it was your life, but fiction? Let me think. Deirdre? No. Maybe. I Kitty Radcliffe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shalimar. Mm-hmm. All I've read in the past 3 to 4 years is memoir. I know. Cinderella adjacent. Melissa Lopez. Okay. What you got about? You got a first name and a last name. That's funny. But it was interesting. It was interesting. And one woman was writing the story of her mother, which was, a traumatic story. So it was interesting. It was interesting, just the different ways and kind of that people were coming to their story. Yeah. Mine would be Kezia Wolf. And what they have lived through. I know, Sue. It was extraordinary listening to all of the things. Kat Worthington. Kathy, is this a period piece? Then it was so funny. One of the ladies. So there's lots of different genres of book, right? And so people were pitching yesterday, and they were like, "Well, is this fiction or historical fiction?" And one of the ladies was kind of this older. She goes, "Well, I think it's fiction." And they were like, "No, because this time period is historical fiction." She's like, "But this is my story." She goes, "Am I old enough to be historical fiction?" It was so funny. So, did anyone buy your book? No, because I don't have it to. Oh, I thought you meant actually buy it, but you mean like give me an offer of representation? No, not yet. I'd be Dame Lillian Rose. Yeah. If you're old enough to be historical fiction, you are probably pretty old. But it was great. We had a lovely time, and then it was funny because we left there and came over here toward the airport to stay pretty late, and I was like, why are all these people around? Like, we had been basically secluded from the world, and it was so lovely and so nice to just not be around so many people. And I was like, who are all these people? There's a lot. Yet being the important word. So I will be traveling all day today. I get home around midnight tonight. This is the only sucky part. And I'm already like delirious. We're going to talk it into being. I don't know why, but I was thinking you were going to publish the book yourself and then sell it online and at shows. Yeah, no, I think from the beginning, that I had decided that I wanted to really push myself to try to go the traditional route and try my hand at it and not give up too quickly on doing that. Because you're right, I could probably publish it very quickly myself. But I think that in order to establish myself as a writer, like I would like to continue writing, and I would like to be able to tour with all of that. And I think that there's kind of a system built in for being able to do that successfully. And So, yeah. I watch these pickers. They go to yard sales, resale shops, auctions. And they will find something from the 1990s and they call it vintage. It makes me feel so old. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I'm so tired. Jason's supposed to pick me up at the airport at like midnight. And I'm going to be like stunad by then. So I don't know how this is going to go. As part of are you presenting your platform as part of your pet's agents love you have a following? Yeah, that's definitely like a big part of what we do, and what I talked about besides like the off-Broadway stuff and our experience with e-commerce. Can I ask him to pick up Missy too? Okay, so Jeremy, I sent you pictures and inappropriate comments about your wife last night, and you have not responded to any of them. I said, Missy, why would your husband not respond in any way? Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay, that's the right response. That's really funny. Anyway, I did respond like an hour ago. Okay, you're really stretching the hour ago because I just started 35 minutes ago and I looked at my phone because Missy was leaving and I was like, Missy, it was a hideous picture of you that I sent and some awful things I said, and he didn't respond to either. She was like, I'll have a talk with him. I was like, thank you. But yeah, I said to Jeremy, did you ever spend so much time with somebody, like waking moments, sleeping next to them, that you know what it's like to be married to that person? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, I know what it's like to be married to Stephanie, and Stephanie knows what it's like to be married to me, as does Missy. Like this person, like I imagine, Tanya, this must be like you and your girlfriend. You just travel with that person. Yeah, Jamie and I, yes. You're like, I know what it's like to be married to you, and I'm going to be honest, it's not enjoyable all the time. I'm a treat. I'll tell you right now. At least that's what I said to Missy. But I know exactly what it's like to be married to Stephanie. And so anytime she'll call me and she'll be like upset about something, and I'm like, do you want me to talk to James about it? Because I already know. Mm-hmm. Thank you for your condolences. It's funny. It's like you don't have that with everybody, but you're like, no, I get it. Yeah, so like if I see Jeremy, I'm like, Jeremy, how about this? How about when she's sleeping and she does blah, 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 blah? He's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. They know. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. We were cracking up. Oh, my gosh. What was Missy doing last night? The other day, I don't even know. She should be on here. I know she probably got to the airport. I'm surprised she's not here. But we were talking last night about, it was in the last week, but somebody said like, oh, we have to do that at 8:00. And she was like, pee-pee? And I was like, what? She goes, I think I meant to say PM. I go, but you didn't. You were in the middle of a conversation and you went pee-pee? And now I was saying to her, like, normally, you know how she makes me sit when we're together, she makes me sit down in the front. But luckily, because I was like faculty and I'm running around doing stuff, like she went with her friends, I went with my friends. So sometimes we'd be in class and just sitting across from each other because it was a lot like U-shaped. We'd be sitting across from each other and she would say some crazy stuff in the middle of class. And then you could see she was like, I don't know why I said that. And then she'd scan the room and lock eyes with me. And I was like, What's wrong with you? Like you know that you say it and you're like, I know she's in here and I know she's looking at me. And I was just like, what are you? Mm-hmm. Too much. They're cracking up. Mm-hmm. And to find ways things I do the best. Marty, you could do it. You got to figure out what your dream is. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. There were a couple times where I texted her and I go, what are you doing? She's like, I don't know. But we had a good time. I'm sure I'll have like more excitement when I talk about it. Whatever day I go live again. I guess I have to think about what that is. This was our trial month. I haven't really looked at anything. But I'm spending the weekend with 3 OFM friends, thankfully in separate rooms. Where are you, Anne-Marie? Mm-hmm. No, and I couldn't kick her under the table. No, I wouldn't kick her. I just like to stare at her because, she'll say something really ridiculous. And whatever it is, it's usually funny. But the funnier part is when we lock eyes after she says it from across the room. And I go, and then we lose our minds. Mm-hmm. I saw a pro say the front row is not where you want to be if you want to be seen. He said the second or third row better. He looks over the first row. Don't tell Missy that. You're gonna. Although I was gonna say you're gonna change your game, but you won't. No. Mm. Oh, Anne-Marie, that's so nice. I don't see any ads today, but when I watch the replay, I see many. That's interesting. Okay. So does anybody have lovely plans this weekend? Because I want you to know I have zero. I have zero plans, and I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Linda Marsters. Is she here? Heading up to the mountains. Eileen, that's so nice. Going to an apple festival in North Carolina. Does everybody know it's autumn? Does everybody know that it's fall? I don't know if you've heard. Is it? I don't know what the weather is like in Jersey, but here it's fall. It's August 29th and it's fall. Open mic is still happening. Yes, Madeline. Down the shore, it's perfect. All my girls are going to be home. I'm so excited. In Florida, it is still the middle of. Is it, Christina? Is it hot? Like hot? Heidi, happy birthday. No plans besides prepping for the new school year in Canada. Celebrating my birthday tomorrow with my daughter. It's my week. Brian, where are you again? Oh, Madeline, I'm heading to Oklahoma again. My dad is going to heaven. Oh, Madeline, I'm so sorry. I started dog sitting for a friend. She has a hot tub, so I'll be very happy. I know. The older I get, the zero plans for an entire weekend gains value exponentially. You are not wrong. It's been in the 60s all week in Wisconsin. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys, for some people, it's like it's fall. Wow. That's so crazy. The weather's gorgeous in South Jersey. Oh, I can't wait. I want to go and stay at the beach next week and just do nothing. and just write. That was the one thing I didn't do, was write at all. I was really kind of focused on more of the structure for the book, because I think that that's the part that I'm stuck on now. So I'm looking forward to just sitting. And I haven't really, other than the 4 days I spent at the shore, I haven't been at the shore at all because I rented it all summer. So so I'm looking forward to just being down there. It's freezing in London, Ontario. Yeah, August is summer. September is fall. I am with you, but for some reason, August is now September, and September is fall. But it's like my favorite time of the year. Another heat wave. There always is, I think. Yeah. It feels like the fall in North Carolina. What's going on, Heidi? I'm just traveling all day. It's not one of the days I look forward to. I just want to, and it's like a layover. It's not that, that whole, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I know my dogs can't wait to see me. Apple picking, girl. 97 degrees here in Venice, Florida. Oh, yeah. As far as I know, the kids are doing fine. I need to see their faces for sure. So I'm gonna try to hit the shore for a couple days, but then I have to come back because then I'm heading to Orlando for Miss America. So I put up a post. The Miss America pageant asked me to come and speak at their breakfast. And so I don't know, there's like 1,000 people. So I have to start working on that. So have the dogs gotten the bed or on the couch with Jason? Yeah, no. Jason, he's definitely falling for them. You know how, I don't think guys are like how you doing? You so pretty. They don't do that. I mean, maybe some guys do. Jason doesn't do that. But he definitely, I would say, since we moved in January, because he does spend a lot of time with them when I'm not around, I think he's liking them. Mm-hmm. So I think they're falling in love. We have just started planning our spring veggies. Margaret, do you do that this early? That's a thing? I know Erlinda's here. I haven't seen Erlinda in forever. It's good to see your face. And it's funny. I wonder too, if it's the summer, we're everybody's coming back from vacation. In September, everybody gonna be back. Can we listen to your speech? It would be so fun. I don't think so. I don't think they're broadcasting it outside of, yeah. My husband talks baby talk to our cats. He thinks I can't hear him. That's adorable. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so I got to get ready for that. And then I think I have to figure out what I'm going to wear to the Miss America stuff. So there's this breakfast we're going to, and then we're going to the Miss America dinner. We got invited, so all the Miss Americas will be there. Yeah, I stay. Saturday we fly in. Sunday morning I speak. Sunday night is the pageant. Let me think. Yeah, we fly in. Yeah, so there's the Miss America dinners on Saturday night. Sunday I speak. Sunday night is Miss America. And then we come back Monday. So, yeah. Oh, Sam, you looked it up. Can you just buy tickets for the breakfast? I don't know. I didn't know. Who is we? So, this is going to be pretty elaborate, and you may want to follow this journey. So, because they asked me to come, and the breakfast that I'm speaking out is a breakfast. She said, "Oh yes, you can just buy them." I did not know. So, this breakfast, no, the pageant's not televised this year. I think it's streamed. I think you could stream it. I won't be seen during the pageant. Like I used to host it, but not this year. So because this breakfast is for parents, and I guess anybody wants to buy a ticket, plus the people who run each state organization. So like there'll be a New Jersey contingency, a Pennsylvania contingency, right? So, and these are all volunteers that come and volunteer every year, and they're amazing people. Like I was saying to Missy, there are in every state in America, there is a group of people who volunteer their time to help women, participate. Like, and Missy was saying last night, she goes, I think that most people would never think about these people they don't know. And they don't know that they're volunteers. Most people think about a pageant, they think about somebody standing on the stage. I'm like, well, there's a whole group of people, hundreds of people for each girl that are volunteering to give these women these opportunities to speak and to travel and to have a platform of some kind. And so when they asked me to do it, and told me that it was to celebrate the volunteers, I was like, okay, then I have to bring Sally. And so Sally is the traveling companion for Miss New Jersey. And I've known her for 32 years, but she has been a volunteer for 56 years. And so originally I was gonna stream her in so that she could speak on screen. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna bring her. And so this has begun a domino of ridiculousness. So everything was planned for Sally to go. And I asked another Miss New Jersey to come with me to help with Sally. And her name is Julie. And so it's me, Sally, and Julie. And everything's planned. We're like, great, we'll get the tickets, whatever. And then Sally's daughter was like, I said, does she have a real ID? And she said, no. And I said, okay, so we'll just use her passport. And she was like, she doesn't have a passport. And I was like, what? She doesn't have a passport. So I'm going to go tomorrow. So this was 2 weeks ago. And we were like, fine, I'm sure. She's like, I'll get it expedited. Well, Sally's house burnt down. I don't know if you guys remember 5 years ago. And she lost her original birth certificate and her original Social Security card and her original everything. But after the fire, they ordered new ones, but the new ones that came in don't have the raised seal, and you can't get a real ID without a raised seal birth certificate. And so now has begun the ridiculous journey to try to get Sally to Florida. And so, so it is, you can apparently go to the airport and you can try to get through TSA without a real ID and a passport. But it's a 3-hour journey. So we are going to attempt it on Saturday, and Diana's going to come. And if we can't get her through, Diana, got to take her back home. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So we're going to need a lot of prayers. See if we can get Sally through. I don't think Sally is 89, 88, 89. She doesn't scream like this one's going to be a problem at the airport. So I'm hoping. So I'm going to try to get her down there. I heard you have to answer a lot of questions if you don't have real ID. Yeah, well, that's going to be me on Saturday. And you have to go 3 hours prior. So It's going to be a whole thing. So I want my head, and she got through. Okay, good. So I know the thought of it stresses me out as well. So the only way I could bring her is if Julie came with us. And the only way that I can get her through security is if Diana comes with us. And then hopefully we get through. If we don't, then Diana will take her. It's just 12 contingency plans. Yeah, I have my pass. I'm fine. Julie's fine. It's just Sally. Yeah. No, not tomorrow, Saturday, next Saturday morning. What is your channel about? Anna, we're here in the mornings and we just chit chat. Just some nice ladies here. Not a lot of those, mostly pretty inappropriate cursing, drinking ladies here, but there's a couple nice ones. We'd love to have you. You can stay. I'm very low key today. I can't say that I'm ever high key, but I'm very tired. So we're just rolling into the weekend, just doing nothing. So anyway, I resemble that remark. Show about nothing. I know, Candace. I gotta go. Yeah, now don't you be talking about me. So it's only 7:00 in the morning here. And now I have to try to stay awake. Then one of the boring ones. I know. Oh, Teresa. I was gonna say I like the traveling part. I just don't like the jet lag part or the time zone part. Anyway, all right, everybody. Well, that's it. That's all I have. My flight's at 1:20, and then just moving my body around until midnight tonight. So, anyway, so have a great day, everybody, and a great weekend. And look forward to seeing you. I'm not sure if I'm going to go live on Monday because it's a holiday, but definitely check in on Tuesday. So that's it, everybody. Have a great weekend, a blessed weekend, and look forward to seeing you next week sometime, hopefully with some sleep. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you. Bye.